Hello and a very warm welcome to all the racing patrons for the race preview of the Sunday meeting, the 14th day of the winter races. Program of 6 races. First race is the Twin Star Plate to be run over 1200 meters. Number 1 is Fatuma. Produced very wide. Was Fatuma ridden out but could not muster well and finished 7-2 Castle Rock, who beat Rising Queen and Above the Law. Very impressive run coming from Castle Rock, but looking at the runs of Fatuma, 3 runs off the board with a drop of 1 point, has come down in class. Number 2 is Horse of War, who ran in race number 95.07 furlong, so back to 6 furlong today. Last 5 runs in 7 furlong trip off the board, 1 mile also off the board, so not a good performer of the season, being Horse of War, never in the board, retained at the same reading of 25. Number 3 is Soul Empress. This runner not done much about in the last 2 seasons, so going by the form, poor performance coming from Soul Empress, so gets a drop of 1 point, has come down in class. This race was won by NRI Infinity with Kimberly in hot pursuit and Silver Bells produced wide, but still the winner being too good, won it by 2 lengths. But looking at Soul Empress credentials, not a much impressive run. Totally packed off in the final stages of the race to finish 10th out of 10 runners. Number 4 is Silver Set. This is a horse in form, we can see. After finishing 4th in a 5.5 furlong trip, won in race number 79 over 6 furlong. Fending off the challenge put by Theo's Choice, who came with a very powerful surge. And look at the way he's just going to cling on by a neck, getting a penalty of 8 points for this winner, Silver Set. Asturias ran in race number 102, and this is where it finished on 9 towards the fence and gets a drop of 2 points, totally packed off after being up with the pace, running 6 till the turn, then gradually fell back to finish 9th out of 9 runners, just beating 1 home, and even the last other 3 runs also off the board, so nothing much impressive about this runner. Number 6 is Elmira. This is always a front runner, has took charge from the word go, led all the way, and just lost close home by Flamingo Fame, who came with a very powerful surge. But ridden out was Elmira and got that second place, up by 3 points for finishing second. Number 7 is Challenger. Last 2 runs of Challenger are an improved performance comparing its earlier runs, whereas first run of the season 5th, then again 5th, later on improved to finish 3rd behind Silk, and here 3rd by a margin of 6 3/4 of a length behind Salisbury. Up by 1 point for finishing 3rd is Challenger. Number 8 is New Roll, who was produced very wide, almost on the center part of the track in race number 71 over 6 furlong, and finished 9th out of 10 runners. This race was won by Exotic Dancer, who was able to hold on from the fast finishing Miss Little Angel by half a length. Even though ran green, Miss Little Angel covered enormous ground. After this round, the horse has won a race that about Miss Little Angel. But looking at New Roll, nothing much about this runner. 2 runs this season. 10th and 9th gets a drop of 2 points for finishing a bad 9th. Next is Star Walker. This is race number 90, which was won by Miss Little Angel after finishing second in race number 71 to Exotic Dancer. Here runaway winner was Miss Little Angel, but Syra caught everyone's eye. The way it devoured ground, lost close home by a neck. Miss Little Angel was lucky to get this race. The way Syra pounded it on the outside, it looked like in the last stages it's going to get the race, but Miss Little Angel crossed the line, neck better of Syra, but we saw Star Walker being a backmarker gets a drop of 2 points. Next is NRI Gift. This was won by a surpriser, Royal Girl, by a margin of 2 lengths, and finishing 5th was NRI Gift, very wide, and last 2 runs 5th is NRI Gift, gets a drop of 2 points. It's My Life. The field was totally strung out with the 4 runners together in the front, and back markers were nothing much impressive in this run. Finishing 10th out of 11 runners is It's My Life, when Greek says the stablemate got the race, beating off solo winner and getting a drop of 2 points from mile going over 6 furlong is It's My Life. Second race of the afternoon on the Sunday meeting is the first division of the Mulugu Plate to be run over mile for 5-year-olds and upward. Number 1, Lineweiler. Number 2, Kirkuman are the runners who ran in race number 73. They finished 1 and 2, Lineweiler being the winner, but Kirkuman was behind the field, started to accelerate when in the last 200 meters, came with a very powerful surge when Lineweiler took charge from the leader and just started to kick on gamely. But look at Kirkuman, not in the picture because started to drift out in the straight and came with a very powerful surge. By the time Lineweiler just managed to cross the line, 3/4 of a length better of Kirkuman, getting a point of 8 points is Lineweiler for this win, and Kirkuman gets a penalty of 3 points. Shockey was fine in this race. That has to be considered about Kirkuman for not following the instructions. Number 3 is Rhythm Selection. This was won by Green Turf, with Mirana charging late on the outside. Lost it by a neck, but we are looking at Rhythm Selection, who was between the runners and finished on 8th out of 13 runners, retained at the same rating. Number 4 is Sun Dancer. A notable run coming from Sun Dancer. I think the way it is performing can have a say today, because last 2 runs, second by a neck to Star Racer. Here second by a shot it to Sacred Lamb. Looked like he has just taken the charge from the leader, but lost it with a surpriser coming from the outside. That was Sacred Lamb, who dived in the last try to beat off Sun Dancer. Advance Guard ran in race number 62, which is won by Bandit Queen. 2-length victory for Bandit Queen, but looking at Advance Guard, ridden hard, but still did not respond well to the call and finished on 8th, gets a drop of 2 points. Grand Finale, race number 93. Interfered in early part of the race, but finished on a notable second according to me behind Pacific Command. You can see just pushed inside in the last 100 meters by the runner OK Boss, but still managed to cling on for the runner-up berth. Half a length better of OK Boss was Grand Finale, up by 2 points. Number 7 NRI Heights. Number 9 Queen Blossom. They ran in race number 92 over 2,000 meters, from 2,000 meters back to mile. So distance may be a little short, but that's not able to say about this now at the moment, because looking at Queen Blossom, winner over a sprint, tested over a mile, third to Iceberry, then taken to 2,000 meter trip, twice on the board, second by a nose to Philanthropist, and fourth here by a margin of 2 lengths to Bold Bidding. So 2,000 meters, good distance for Queen Blossom. It has proved that, but still a mile also to be considered. So today mile is maybe to the advantage of Queen Blossom, whereas NRI Heights finished on 10th. Lightning Power, on the other hand, we are looking at, which was won by Philanthropist, I said earlier, with Queen Blossom charging on the outside. Ding-dong battle till the post in the last 50 meters. Bobbing of the heads, Philanthropist got the nod by a nose. So Queen Blossom finished on 2nd, whereas Lightning Power finished way behind the field to finish 10th out of 11 runners. Number 11 Royal Girl, 10 destined to be also coming for scrutiny, was very wide when Royal Girl shot into the lead in the last 175 meters, hotly chased by other runner that was on the outside, whereas Royal Girl being the winner, destined to be covered ground to finish 3rd, very wide but still finished on 3rd, and Prime Guardian is the one who finished on 2nd. Solo winner ran in race number 89 over a mile. Out of 5 starts, twice on the board, whereas over a sprint, 3rd here over a mile. Finished, ran a hell of a race, pushed out, but when Greek says started to drift out, even this horse was forced to go out. Despite that, finished half a length behind. Greek says gets a penalty of 3 points. Third race of the afternoon, the A.S. Krishna Memorial Cup, to be run over 1200 meters for maiden horses, 3-year-olds in category 2. Number 2 is Jack Daniel. Jack Daniel ran in race number 33 in a million race, which was won by Princess Dhaka. This is the Dudla Pratap Chandra Reddy million. Princess Dhaka rallying on the inside to get the race by a length, but Jack Daniel totally off the board, 8th out of 8 runners. Number 3, Bellagio, ran in race number 78. Debut run, had a good lung opener, we can say, when the front runner Ashoka slightly drifted out. Rider of Bellagio took the option on the inside, where Alma's finishing 2nd. Bellagio ran a good race according to me, 2 3/4 of a length behind the winner, finishing 3rd. Lady D ran in race number 44. This race was won by Ballerina, with Almas overtaken by Ballerina in the last 125 meters. But look at Lady D, even the little green suddenly veered in the last 75 meters, finishing fourth. Wind Sprite finished on third. In the frame is Lady D on debut. Pleroma ran in race number 65 towards the fence, running third with a couple of backhanders, but could not muster well and finished on fifth behind Essential. Came very powerfully to nail down the front runner is Essential by half a length, but Pleroma finishing fifth. Fourth race on the Sunday meeting, the RM Reddy Memorial Cup, to be run over 7 furlong in category 2 for horses rated 40 to 65. Number 1, British Empress. This Empress seems to have lost form. Last monsoon also only once on the board, fourth in 4 starts. This season 2 runs, never in the frame. 8th in a 6 furlong trip, then 10th in a 7 furlong trip, retained in the same reading. Number 2, One Wish. This is a fancy runner in race number 86. Got interfered, slightly pushed in the straight and ridden hard, but the winner being Too Good Green Tough, who led in the straight, won it by a neck from the fast finishing Mirana, and little close fifth is One Wish. Number 3 is Solace. This is the race of 1,000 guineas, which was won by Miracle. After being towards the fence, Solace finished on fourth. When you look at the run here, Miracle Too Good, everyone knows she's the queen filly, and finishing behind her are the 2 runners, and fourth on the board, Soloist gets a penalty of 6 points. Number 4, Akido ran in 2,000 guineas, but suddenly lost form is Akido, according to me, after winning the Ooty 2,000 guineas. Then from the Derby run in Ooty, later on here in monsoon took part in Derby. 2 runs this season, 7 furlong trip off the board again in the graded race, finished 8th. Number 5 is Full Volume, was caught in the traffic, I can say, in a race number 42, which was won by Incredulous, beating Her Legacy by a neck. But looking at Full Volume, 2 runs, both the runs 12th. Here up with the pace, but suddenly weakened. Even earlier run, suddenly packed off in the last 200 meters. 6, Intense Approach, and 8, Sia Vash are the 2 runners. This is race number 76, which was won by Stunning Force, beating Kingston. When Kingston took the charge from the leader, Stunning Force came with a very powerful surge, but Kingston did not surrender. They went stride for stride. Intense Approach also finishing on. Sia Vash was not in the hunt, but looking at the 2 runners, front runners, with Stunning Force just better by a shot ahead of Kingston. Close third being Intense Approach. Gets a penalty of 1 point. Number 7 is Sporting Smile, who ran in race number 82. Very wide. Back marker. Could not muster well. Finished 10th, just beating 1 home. But looking at the other runs also, not so good. Never on the board in the last 4 runs is Sporting Smile. This race was won by Watch My Stride, who beat Beauty on Parade by a short head, but Sporting Smile, a back marker. Cheltenham ran in race number 99 over 2,000 meter trip, finishing 8th. After finishing 2nd in a mile to Bandit Queen, did not reproduce that run here. Ridden hard, very wide. This race was won by Ashwa Rowdy, fending off the challenge put by Fire Power and Southern Princess. But from 2,000 meters, going back to 7 furlong is Cheltenham. Number 10 is By the Bay. Only 1 run. Race number 3 for By the Bay. Given a good rest, coming fresh here after getting beat by Unsung Hero. Looking like a winner, but at the post, lost the race to Unsung Hero by a nose. Up by 3 points for this one. For this second is By the Bay. Pinatubo. First run here in Hyderabad turf for Pinatubo. Back marker. Finishing 9th out of 10 runners behind in contention. Calcutta form, thrice second, but here did not gallop at any stage. The Shravan Kumar Memorial Cup, a Category 2 race to be run over 1100 meters for horses rated 40 to 65. Fifth race of the day. Number 1, Chuck It. Number 5, Angel Tessero are the two runners. Let's start with Angel Tessero. This is a 7 furlong trip. Earlier winner was 6 furlong. Then in the 7 furlong trip finished 6th to green turf with Mirana finishing second. Chuck It between the runners, slightly sandwiched and finished on third. Earlier winner Chuck It as an 8-1 shot beat House of Diamonds, the fancy runner, by 3 1/4 length. Did well to defy the penalty. Number 2 is Minelli. This race was won by Watch My Stride, who beat Kingston by a head, and Minelli also ran well to finish third. 2 runs of Minelli, both the times third behind Brilliant View, and here close third to Watch My Stride. Number 3, Strategist, ran in race number 70, which was won by Kesariya Balam. Backmarker being Strategist. No form to go by particularly this season, with 4 runs, 8th, 9th, 6th and 8th. That's the order it has finished, from sprint to 7 furlong, then to 9 furlong, and back to a shorter trip of 1100 meters is Strategist with a drop of 2 points. Number 4, Beauty on Parade. Number 7, Blissful. Number 8, Amira. Number 9, City of Bliss are the runners, with Blissful being the leader. When you look at Blissful, a front runner, in last 3 runs has run to the front, but on the 3 occasions it has finished third. Here, Watch My Stride came when Beauty on Parade just took charge from Blissful, who was backing on to fight back, and Watch My Stride covered enormous run, rocketing into the lead, beating off Beauty on Parade by a shot at the post. So getting a penalty of 3 points, Beauty on Parade, with Blissful gets a penalty of 1 point, whereas Amira closed on to finish 4th. City of Bliss of the one who finished on 5th. So all in a close group. All are in a good contenders here for this race. Number 10, Different, finished on 8th after 2 good runs. On the board runs, we can say 2, 7, 6, 5.5 for a long trip. Second to Xfinity by half a length. 4th by a margin of nearly 6 lengths to Brilliant View. But here, finished way behind. 8th to Chuck It gets a drop of 1 point. Number 11 is Rising Queen. After winning very impressively in race number 47 with a margin of 6 1/4 length, took a penalty of 12 points and then ran a hell of a race, shot into the lead, surprised by Castle Rock, lost it on the post by a half a length, gets a penalty of 3 points. Number 12 is Unsung Hero, ran in race number 35, over 7 furlong. Winner in race number 3, beating By the Bay by a nose. Race number 35, suddenly not in the hunt after being very prominent third till the turn. Later on, it was observed to have pulled up lame. So, getting lame during the race, could not reproduce the run. Number 13 is Gusty Note, the eventual winner. Came with a very powerful run to tackle Golden Forza, went stride for stride, got the better of the race by a neck. So gets a penalty of 8 points, also gets promoted is Gusty Note. Number 14 is Jean Lafay, whereas Gusty Note has already 2 wins for its credit with 1's third in 4 starts. Jean Lafay having 2 runs off the board in both the starts, but comparing its earlier run, little improvement shown by finishing 5th in a 5.5 furlong trip to Watch My Stride, close 5th within 2.5 lengths from the winner. Last race for the day is the Mulugu Plate Division 2 to be run over a mile in Category 3 for 5-year-olds and upward, rated 20 to 45. Number 1 is Star Babe. This is race number 87. Campania being the leader, but look at Star Babe, who covers more than 8 lanes in the last 75 meters and short of a length at the post behind Campania, and gets a penalty of 3 points. Earlier winner over 7 furlong in the same class. Extended trip 200 meters, little late, and came threateningly to finish second. Nightmare ran in race number 69 after 2 runs, finishing third. 7 furlong and 9 furlong. Little expectation on this runner, whereas a 5-2 favorite, but Philanthropist got this race. But looking at Nightmare, a back marker. Royal Grace, number 3 in the card, finished on 4th in race number 60. to NRI Infinity. Sandwiched between the runners, looking for a gap. Then there was no gap. The rider opted to go on the inside when NRI Infinity was kicking on gamely with Kimberly in chase with the silver belts, and Royal Grace managed to finish fourth. Earlier run, a notable second to Star Babe. Number 4 is Hidden Hope, race number 77, 6 furlong trip, back marker, 3 runs this season. First run, 9th to Show Me a Walk. Then little improvement shown in race number 38, finishing 5th to Angel Tesoro by 3 lengths. But here did not reproduce that run, finishing up far away, 13th out of 13 runners. Gets a drop of 2 points. Number 5 is Dylan. A long shot win for Dylan in race number 100. 7 furlong trip. Came and tackled the leader very easily. And that was Char Ek Char, the fancied runner. And then just accelerated well to win it by 2 1/4 length. Gets a penalty of 8 points for this win. Is Dylan. So from 7 furlong going over a mile with a penalty of 8 points. Number 6 is Iceberry. Consistent performer, we can say. Winner over a mile, beating WhatsApp J. Then in a 10 furlong trip, finished on 6th. But again, 10 furlong trip ran a good race to finish 3rd behind Bold, beating by a margin of 2 lengths. Number 7, Lightning Fairy. This is a horse in a form, we can see. After finishing second to Siri, won a race by 3 1/4 length over a mile. Tested over 2,000 meters. Extended trip also performed well on the board. 4th to Philanthropist by a margin of 3 lengths. And back to mile, 3rd by margin of 4 lengths to Despang. Gets a penalty of 1 point. 8, Blickfang, race number 41. Finishing 8th to Miss Marvelous. This race was won by Miss Marvelous, with Dylan losing it by a head. Then Lineweiler in close neck, whereas Blickfang finished on 8th, gets a drop of 2 points. After this race, Dylan and Lineweiler both are the winners. We go to number 9, Dunkirk. 1 run, finished on 4th over a mile to Miss Marvelous. Then back to 6 furlong. So I think the distance was a little short, where it took time to warm up, managing to finish 6th behind NRI Vision. Back to mile, so extra 400 meters with a drop of 1 point, maybe a little advantageous to Dunkirk. Number 10, Prime Gardenia, knocking at the door after finishing 10th in his first run to Unsung Hero. Marvelous improvement shown by Prime Gardenia, 2 lengths second to Royal Girl, but here close 3rd, we can see, when General Atlantic, a good winner here, beat off Gregor Clegane. Even the 5 lengths behind the winner was warming up late with the extra 200 meters. Can be there on the board. Number 11 is Sorry Darling. The grey towards the fence with Greeks is taking charge. Rallying well on the inside was Sorry Darling. But solo winners challenged Greeks is with Sorry Darling finishing 3rd by a margin of 2 1/2 lengths. Gets a penalty of 1 point. Couple of runs on the board by Sorry Darling.